And I'm very quickly going to switch over to security because they all play in that realm now too. You'll see the same names over here. You'll see Elastic, even Datadog, launched security, and even New Relic last year, all the way down here, unfortunately. But they launched a security area too, and they all seem to kind of be, going after Splunk a little bit, although not exact same use cases. But I'm curious in your awareness or instance of using these names, is it just on the more data analytics or observability side, or is it also on a security observability angle?
Have not been exposed to Elastic on the security side.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, anything around that, you're dealing with like a Datadog, a Splunk,
Yep.
New Relic, and they're expensive. I mean, they're expensive products and services, and particularly if you're in a space that generates a lot of data.
Yeah.
Those bills can rack up really quickly, and if you don't have a good contract in place, you could have some unpleasant surprises.
Yeah, and Splunk, a great company, been around a long time, certainly been the leader in logging and monitoring and their SIM. But that's one of the things I hear repeatedly from you and your peers is that, an ingestion-based model in a world where the amount of data is just increasing exponentially, it's just not sustainable. Everyone says, I like it, it's a good tool, but I just don't know if I can keep using it. So I am curious. Do you think when you talk about a very established name like Splunk, when we look in the future, do you think that New Relic could be a little bit better with their pricing, Datadog could be a little bit better with their pricing, or we could even start looking about CrowdStrike is rolling. They just bought a company and they're rolling it into a service platform. I'm just curious, looking into 2-3 years down the road, how do they continue to fight in this marketplace?
I think that they are going to all get to maybe somewhat of a feature parity, and then it'll probably be more of a race to the bottom where it's more of a commodity, and you're just looking for the best possible price.
Yeah.
There's only so many price increases that you'd be willing to take before you say enough's enough and I'm going to switch to something else. But yeah, the ingestion-based pricing, sooner or later will definitely give you indigestion. I know it's certainly it's an area that we look at all the time, because you're always being asked to put more and more in there so you could relate and search on it, but every one of those new systems or feeds comes with a cost, and it jumps up quite significantly.